Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into this video. What are the most powerful ideas of all time? Well, they are contained in the Bible. The Bible contains the most powerful ideas in the history of the human race. I have recently written a book that lists those ideas, and I want to talk to you about that book in this video. I've been a professor for more than 40 years, teaching at several large public universities. One day at lunch, an English professor was ridiculing the Bible and the Christian faith. And I said to him, "Michael, did you know that every important idea in your brain comes from the Bible and from your Christian culture?" He sputtered and muttered and acted thoroughly insulted. But what I said was true. And I had many opportunities to have this kind of discussion with intellectuals at a public university. The major ideas that have shaped the world have all come from the Bible, and they have been transmitted through culture through the awesome power of Jesus Christ. One example of the awesome power of Christ is his ability to enter the minds of people who claim to despise Christianity. My book is entitled 7 Ideas That Changed the World. I don't have time to go into all of them thoroughly, but let's consider a couple of them briefly. The first one is found in the first chapter of the first book of the Bible. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, we read the most powerful and important statement ever made about the human race. It says, "And so God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him." Again, the most powerful social statement ever made about human beings. Almighty God is telling us that every human life is sacred because every human being is created in his image. This is sometimes called the sanctity of life, and virtually everyone in Western culture has agreed with this biblical doctrine, whether they know it's from the Bible or not. I discovered that the most angry atheist at my university believed that all human beings had value, and that we shouldn't just exterminate people because they were disabled, or that people of color have just as much value as anyone else. Intellectuals at public universities believe these ideas passionately, and yet they come from the verse I just read to you. Their impact on modern life is incalculable. It has led to the entire human rights revolution. It is where the concept of social justice arises. So if you know someone who considers themselves a social justice warrior, this idea comes exclusively from the Bible and not from anywhere else. Without it, there would be little or no compassion for the poor and for the disadvantaged. Again, it is the single most powerful idea ever, and it has never been believed by anyone not influenced by the Bible. And it has been spread all over the world through the awesome power of Jesus Christ. Let's consider the second idea. It comes from the second half of the same verse. "So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them." This is the most important statement ever made about women. I have asked secular intellectuals many times if they believed in the equality of women, and they always acted insulted by my question. I then followed it up with this question: where did you get that idea? From Charles Darwin? And of course, no, that idea comes exclusively from the Bible, specifically Genesis 1:27. In my book, I elaborate on these 2 ideas and 5 more. These 7 ideas come from the Bible, and no one has ever believed these ideas except people exposed to the Bible. And then these ideas are spread around the world through the awesome power of Jesus Christ and his followers. I would encourage you to read my book. You can access it on Amazon or in other booksellers. Just enter in the search engine 7 Ideas That Changed the World, and it should come right up. Thank you for listening, and I ask God's greatest blessing on your life.